Shout out to D2LAL for powering this event. Also, shout out to Lifestyle for letting us use their space. Shout out to DJ Thematics on the ones and twos. Shout out to Samsung for sponsoring. And also shout out to myself at Silver Lining Productions for helping produce these panels. And beautiful, what is your name and what do you do?
Hi, my name is Khaliah Clark. I'm an award-winning celebrity fashion stylist, and I have a radio show Mondays 8 to 10 on DTF Radio, and I also co-host the show Word on the Street on SBE TV. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. Okay, so let's talk fashion.
Fashion.
So what's fashion to you?
Fashion is life for me. Like I said, I specialize in product placement, branding. When I came into the game, big shout out to Roger McKenzie. He was the editor at The Source. He taught me everything I knew, and that was for me able to work with legendary stylists like June Ambrose, Misa Hilton, Pamela Watson. I've worked with Eric Archibald. In this game, you have to not be afraid to work. I think now the times when I came in, I don't want to say my age, but happy birthday to me in Taurus season. Hey. But I've been in the game for over 15 years. So that was before social media. The times had before the millenniums took over. Mm-hmm. And it was just a different way. Fashion is all about self-expression. Right now you can wear a shower cap on your head, but if it's a high-end shower cap, that's when it becomes trending. But that's where I differ. My whole career, I supported Black-owned businesses. I specialized in breaking brands. I knew that Gucci and Louis and Prada and all those brands were already established, so they didn't need me to give them any more marketing. But I knew there were so many amazing designers, actually all races, but more minorities. And I had a radio show, which was Who's Styling Who. It wasn't even on radio yet. It was just an idea. So big shout out to Shampoo of YNVS. He works for Def Jam. He gave me my first shot on radio to take my Who's Styling Who on a platform. Nowadays that we have social media, that's your platform. You can use that to brand yourself, but in the right way. I think it gets a little confusing because everyone just calls themselves a designer. Everyone thinks because they put their logo on their shirt that they have a brand. But it goes into, if you can't give away $100,000 worth of free clothes, you're not ready to be in this business. And I say that because if you have a hot product, everybody's gonna want you to be a part of their event, right? Sponsorship. So the best thing I can say is for people that are starting off in this business or just wanting to be in fashion, loving fashion and working in fashion is two different things. So you should really just know what your purpose is in fashion. My way may not help you. You know what I mean? It may not work for you. Me, I worked 1,000 free projects before I got to this level. Excuse me. I worked 1,000 free projects before I got to this level. Nowadays, people can't work for free because you have rent to pay. You just can't do it. But for me, I say for every project you work, let it monetize into something else. So for me, I created a platform. I knew that every Monday, well, first I started on a Wednesday show, but at my show, I broke artists. So I would find just new talent anywhere, bring them up, and give them a platform to be heard. Now, everybody has a radio show, so everybody's doing the same thing that I'm doing, but dates never lie. So you always have to remind people, yeah, everybody's doing this, but I did it at this time. And people can't take away something that you've already started.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go to the next question. I want to know, or I want people to know more so, what's the difference between designers and stylists?
Ooh, okay. A designer is someone that actually makes clothing. Like they go and they sew it, or they have someone make their patterns. A stylist is someone who takes garments from different brands or maybe different designers and styles them, puts them together. I think Instagram kind of confused people of what a designer and a stylist is because a lot of stylists are designers as well. Now, a designer will want to be on set with the stylist, because they want their brand represented in a certain way. And that becomes tricky for a stylist because a stylist likes to cross-brand. They might want to use 6 brands in one look, and sometimes designers just want to have you wear their piece from head to toe. So it gets really, really tricky. So I say, for me, being a celebrity fashion stylist, my niche is brands. So I always tell every brand, I try to give each brand a look, whether it's something on the head, a jacket, a legging, some type of different piece, but to don't get offended. A good stylist can give you 6 or 7 different looks together, which is 6 or 7 different brands.
Yeah.
Do you feel, let me ask you a question, because you're intrigued with fashion. Do you feel like because I see you interview a lot of different people, what is your love for fashion? What do you love about fashion right now?
My love for fashion is I can literally wake up one day and transform myself and look like a completely different person. Like, I can dress to match my moods. I can dress to match the event. I can dress, I can use my imagination and be like, I want to be a princess today. Like, I had a whole birthday theme where I was like a black Cinderella, and I had this big poofy dress from Bessie Johnson, one of my favorite designers.
Nice.
And I just sold it. Like, I gave the picture from down to head to toe, scenery, everything. So my love for fashion is that you can really reinvent yourself with every look. Even a hat can turn you from, casual to business with just a hat piece or like a scarf or something like that. So I love fashion. I regard the more crazier the better.
I just wanted to ask you that question because I know that fashion is trending now. So before, everyone used to love fashion, but they didn't really know fashion. I always ask people, do you know the black designers of the world? The first person they'll say is Diddy. Now, Diddy is a black designer, but he didn't own Sean John. You know what I mean? So people didn't know that. Definitely, we want to just let the people know and really explain, because there's so much that people don't know about fashion. Like Baby Fat's coming back out. All the old brands that were not trending now are all trending now. So you never should give up on a brand, I think, in fashion. I think that a good designer and a good stylist, they will always stay trending in what's not even current to make you want to, follow that trend. Like right now, leopard's in. Everybody's wearing leopard. Does leopard look good on everybody? No, it does not. But that's not going to stop everybody from wearing leopard,
So how did you get into your industry? How did it go from being a thought to you being an award-winning fashion celebrity stylist?
It's a blessing. It took a lot of hard work. I will say this. I started as an intern for Baby Fat. But before I did that, I was actually in the industry and really didn't know it because I was always promoting. A lot of my different friends worked for different labels, and I was into fashion. My real friend, his name is Dwayne Brown. He had a brand called Baller. And another one of my friends, D Walker, he had a brand. So he took me to Magic. And I was blown away by being in Magic and seeing all the different brands and all the models walking around and people just promoting. So I was like, oh, I want to do that. So when I came back, I didn't really have a way in. And something that I learned about fashion, you could be in one brand on a Monday and lose your job on a Tuesday. So it's all about your contacts. So never burn a bridge. Please, if you listen to anything I say tonight, don't burn a bridge, because the same person you think is an intern on a Thursday will be that whole grind.
Your boss.
Can be your boss, can actually give you a job. And I've learned that, in this business, I started off as an intern, like I said, for Baby Fat. Then I worked in the Baby Fat store in Soho. And then I was her venue manager for her biggest show today, which was at Radio City Music Hall. Then, like I said, I worked for the Roger McKenzie, who gave me the opportunity. And I think sometimes when people get that opportunity, you have to learn as a stylist. Someone's giving you the opportunity to learn their life, because you don't know the game. And for me, I was so loyal. I still am loyal to every person who put me on, loyal to every brand that I work with. You have to really know the difference between what's good and what's bad, because you're going to meet a lot of different people in this industry. You're going to hear a lot of different stories. A lot of people are going to tell you what they could do. Let your work speak for itself. Let everything that you say you're going to do it. No matter how many times the door gets closed in your face, still do it. What I pride myself in this business as a stylist is being a product placement consultant. And then I turned it into being a product placement queen. The actor, he goes by the name of J.D. Williams. He was on The Wire. He played Bodie. That's how I became a celebrity fashion stylist, because I met him and I'm like, you're Bodie from The Wire. I was like, do you have a stylist? And he was like, well, I have a lot of people that go around saying that they style me. I let, people use my name. So I was like, look, I work for Baby Fat Fire Farm. I'm looking to branch out to be a stylist. Can I use your name and get you product? And he was like, yeah. So when I tell you that he was on the hottest show, The Wire was out, I went to every brand possible to get this guy clothes, and he would, shout me out. And then that's how all the different brands was like, oh, well, Khaliah's messing with, Bodie from The Wire, so let's give her product. And then I would just go up to random celebrities and be like, oh, I can get you this, I can get you that. And people would be like, yeah, all right. And that's what I would do. Then I started taking the product, like always have, like if you see me say, what do I have? A bag. If you open that bag, I have nothing but product in it, because you never know when you're going to run into a celebrity. So that was my niche of always having some type of product on me and being able to get that picture. Then you get, if you have the picture to give back to the brand, where they're going to give you more product and eventually money.
That is so smart. Okay, so speaking of which, how do you feel beauty and hair tie into fashion?
Beauty and hair tie very well together because it's a look. When you do a photo shoot, the first thing they send you a reference. It's the hairstylist gets the same look that you get. Hair, makeup, the look. I specialize in the wardrobe part, but I always like to consult with the hairstylist and the makeup artist, because if I don't know, if I'm coming with purple, green, and yellows, and they don't have that type of makeup to follow the trends that I'm doing, or so we could be cohesive, then we'll look crazy. Or sometimes I try to ask them, like, even the artist, I always ask the artist, are you ready to go on trend, different, you want to create trends? And then most time the artists be like, well, that's what we have you here for. You know what I mean? So if they have a vision, it's really up to you to execute it. But a lot of people don't give the hair and makeup their visual credits, because the hair, it could set it off. Like I could put the artist in like jeans and a tank top, right? Imagine they do like a sick ponytail, that's everything. Now you're like, the focus is kind of off the clothes, is on the hair, and then they give this dope crazy eye. You're just like, I'm sorry, the wardrobe just kind of gets lost in it. But the good point of it is to have everything boom, 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 everything going together, and the look is so dope. That's why everyone's looking to Cardi B right now, because from the look to the hair to the makeup is to the nails is all killer. So she's setting trends, because no matter what she's doing, and it hits. But she's not afraid to tell you, I started as product placement. That's why she's like, my look's so trend, product placement. She knew that all the stuff that I'm gonna get, I'm going to make it hot. And that's what artists need to do. Like, you need to not be afraid to wear your name over and over and over again. Self-expression, like, how people going to know you? Oh, follow me on Instagram. We're all ADD. People don't want to admit it, but we do. We have very short attention spans. So people may follow you, they may not. But while they're looking at you, instead of wearing a Hermes belt, why don't you wear, and my name is KC, wear a KC belt, or a belt with a C, so somebody could ask you, what's the C that? Oh, that's Clark for my last name. I wear Who's Styling Who. Even if I only had this one shirt, I will wear this shirt every event, every time I'm out, because I want people to know my brand. And I think right now we're so focused on, oh, I have to wear Gucci, I have to wear Louis, I have to wear all these high-end brands, and now look, we're boycotting them. We get money, the first thing we do is go give it to somebody else that does not care if we wear it. So why wouldn't you, if you were ready to go to a store and drop $1,300, why when I say, okay, Who's Styling Who shirts are for $40? $40? But why?
Right.
It's Who's Styling Who. Like, that's my brand. Okay, what if I go and I say, even just simple things like and I always say the millennials because they really have taken over, and it's no disrespect, but they won't learn what a brand, the origin of a brand, because they'll say, oh, we got that at a thrift shop. Now they're wearing it again, and the brand relaunched.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, we're definitely not paying full price for that when we just took it out of retirement. You get what I'm saying? But if the brand should never have been in retirement. African Americans, we are the number one consumer. How is it that we can make a brand and destroy a brand all at the same time? But we've never done that to high-end labels. We're just now saying, okay, enough is enough. We're we're not going to support Gucci right now. But not saying we never should have supported Gucci, but if you know fashion history, Gucci was established in the late 1800s. Who was checking for us in the 1800s in fashion? No brand. So why, when we got a part in our life of entitlement, when we got to be able to spend money and afford the brand, why did we go straight to high-end brands that did not care if we ever wore their brand? So that's what I specialize in, telling people, just brand awareness, the Who Style and Who show, that this brand is hot. Your company's hot. Come on my show every Monday and let the world know I'm a young entrepreneur doing this, because you never know. Internet radio, and that's why the podcasting is so big, because it's bigger than New York City. Most people in New York I won't say they don't support me, that's a lie. But when I go outside of New York City, I could feel like Beyonce, because they're like, wow, you're from New York, you're doing this, you're doing that. I went to Egypt for a brand, shout out to Edwin D'Angelo. He took me on a 6-country world tour, me and this other stylist, Eric Santiago. And a lot of times, stylists don't even work together. But you have to be able to know what you bring to the table. I'm the product placement queen. I can stand next to any stylist and know that I'll be able to make it, because I know brands. And I don't care about where the brand comes from. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know that I can make that brand hot. And as consumers, I think we need to really value what we bring to the table with your company, what you're trying to do. Do you know how like, I just admire you. I admire anyone who has the courage to put something together. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, you decided, I want to panel and let people know how to brand yourself in fashion. That is not an easy job. People think, because I have this shirt on, I'm branding. No, you have to be able to wear the shirt and drive sales. Because if you don't drive no sales, the company doesn't really care. People will give you a T-shirt, but if you want a collection, if people sending you product, like I have tons and tons of product at home that I could go every day and wear something new every day. And that's a blessing, because you know what? I said, I don't want to give my money to brands that don't care about me. But I'd rather give my money in support, because I pay to be on radio. A lot of these podcast shows, everybody, you have to pay for your space. So don't let it fool you. So if I'm going to pay for something, I'm going to make it work for me. I don't charge fashion brands to come on my show, because their product is money. Yeah. So they give me product and I give it to the world. Mm-hmm. I give product placement to every brand that comes on my show. Product placement starts and varies anywhere from $1,000 to over $5,000. That's just minimum. So I'm giving you a free platform to come and let the world know about your brand, and all I ask is for a T-shirt, right, or a piece of something from your brand. I think that's pretty fair, right? Yeah. But some people are like, no. But then I follow them and I watch how they will support brands that'll never even like their picture. So I just feel like we need to do better as a society. We just need to support me like you support Nipsey Hussle. But before he passed away, you didn't support him. At least not New York City. LA, they rode hard for Nipsey. But New York, we didn't. And now his death, has woke everybody up. It's like, yeah, we gotta stop. We gotta do better, and that's good. But I could be proud enough to say I've supported tons of people in the industry. I support every brand. I give them a platform every Monday. Come on my show. I break brands and I break artists. The young lady, Yoshi Talent, I forgot that I knew her over 10 years ago when I started styling an artist that she's not even an artist anymore. So you never know who's going to what they're gonna do. You should always stay connected to every single person you meet. You may shake their hand, like I said, it's one of my favorite lines that I say, team, is tell everybody about me. Because if you're on my team, I'm gonna tell everybody about you. But we're all together. So if we're a team, it's tell everybody about me. My team, you gotta just keep telling. And the more we do this as a culture, like as we be like, oh, I support Lifestyle, the brand. Like Lifestyle should already be, this brand should be already on the stock market because it's black owned. It's black owned. Well, look at what we're here right now. Everybody here should at least, there's a donation, drop $1. Especially if y'all smoke weed and all that other stuff, you giving more to the backwards than you could do to an organization. Right. I'm just keeping it real. $6, and you can't give $1 to an organization that's probably going to help somebody else. That's what I'm saying. Us as a people, we're the number one consumer. So why are we all not millionaires?
Right. So real quick, we are accepting donations.
See, how I do that plug in?
Foundation. So if you have anything, please donate. We're trying to send high schoolers to college. So this is for a scholarship. So if you have anything, $1, some change, you can donate.
What's the Cash App? You have a Cash App?
Yes, we have a Cash App. $Daze Summit. Yes. So make sure if you have Cash App, you can donate that way.
Now there's no excuses with the Cash App. When they have the Cash App, that's like, listen.
Everybody using Cash App now. But staying on the topic of branding, because that's what we're here for, how do you feel like fashion takes a person's brand to the next level?
Oh, it could go so many different ways. If you're the brand yourself and not being paid to promote somebody else's brand, that's where it's different. So I'm the Who's Styling Who, right? That's my brand. So I always wear my brand, right? But in fashion, you can't be afraid to wear your brand. You should wear it head to toe, drip, right? It's everything. Gray sweatpants. Like everything that's key about that is what's trending. Sweatpants, joggers. So instead of wearing Gucci's joggers and you have a brand, you should have what's trendy. If sneakers are hot, your clothes should match the sneaker waves that are coming out. And what people don't realize is a t-shirt to be made, a good quality t-shirt is probably about like anywhere between $4 to $8, depending if you're the T-shirt Connect. Now, if you're not the T-shirt Connect, you're going to be paying anywhere up between $9 to $12. Listen, it happens. That's how everybody makes a job. So if you're not the Connect, you already have to go in, well, $12. $12 to make the shirt. Now you got to get the logo. Your logo should be so fire. Even if it's just plain writing, it has to be catchy. Yeah. Perfect example. My word is mamante, bigger than a moment, right? For me, people be like, mamante. I'm like, bigger than a moment. I say it all the time, mamante, bigger than a moment. Got to the Wendy Williams show, right? Stood up. Now, Hazel Lee, I used to style Hazel Lee from Love and Hip Hop. We're going to pray for Hazel. She said the word on Love and Hip Hop. Mamante didn't catch, right? Because nobody really understood what she was saying. It's my word. So now I get on the Wendy Williams show and I'm like, I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to say Mamante. That's branding. Now, how many people watch the Wendy Williams show? Perfect example. So Wendy goes, hi, how you doing? You got the freckles of life. I go, Wendy, I'm having a mamante. She goes, what's that? I'm like, bigger than a moment. So right there, I got my word. And the crazy part is, what's the clip that they use? Wendy asking me, what's a mamante? You can't pay for publicity like that. And that's what you have to do. Like, you have to always be head to toe in your label. If you're going out to an event, you have to wear your label. Everyone knows high-end labels, but they don't know your brand. Right. So don't be afraid to put your name, your brand on everything from varsity jackets, leathers, to your underwear. The branding here, if you're going to show your men, if you're going to show your underwear, let it be your name. You get what I mean? Same thing with ladies. Like right now, fashion, you can wear anything and you can put anything on it. Perfect example, the clear bags, trending. Why not? Instead of wearing the off-white bags, Why don't you put your own name on that bag? It's clear. People are going to look at it. That's a statement piece. Everybody's wearing lime. If you wear lime, you better not just have no plain lime green shirt on. It better say your brand. That's how fashion helps you in branding, because fashion, there's no in fashion right now. Mm-hmm. Right now, there's no. You can wear anything, your socks, anything, because the weirder you look, and that's the craziest part, I hate that I'm even saying it, but the weirder you look, that's the wow statement. Wow, what's that? What are you wearing? Why does he have that on? To somebody else, it may look like I would never wear that, but he doesn't care. He or she may not care about that. They may say, I got you looking. You're going to go check. Well, let me check you out. Oh, you do have other pieces. Right. That's what people don't understand. Like, they may see something that looks good on, that may not, they don't think it looks good, but you should check a brand out. Well, I can't go into a room and have everything on. That's why, like, I love that, Fendi and all these brands are trending, but I don't want to walk in a room. She has a Chanel bag on. I have a Chanel bag on. She has a Chanel bag. We just have it all in different colors. So let's squad goals. Cheese. Now it's boom, 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 Chanel. And we just gave Chanel the only plug. Like, we just gave them the perfect ad instead of wearing other people's brand. Like, lifestyle. I see lifestyle everywhere. Everywhere. I'm like, wow. I met the owner. I'm like, you got to come to the Who Style and Who show. But he's booked and busy. I'm not mad. I'm happy for them. That's what you're supposed to be. But at the same time, you got to support every brand. As quick as you go to find out, what's trending on Instagram, you should know every brand all across the world. That's what I do. I look, if you make it to my Explore page, I'm DMing you. Hey, how are you? If you're not in New York, send me your t-shirt. I'll put it on my show. I'll get it on a celebrity. And I don't lie about it. Like, if you follow me, like, perfect example, I just styled Genuine and I wasn't even in his face. I just got the Millennium Tour hits for Starter. Big shout out to Starter. My homegirl's there. I'm like, Tex, can I get, she was like, yeah, you could get Starter. I was like, okay. And I just went, all you got to do is tell me yes. I'm like the worst person to say, call me if you need anything. Don't tell me that, because I'm going to get as much as I can. And then I've been blessed to work with Method Man. Big shout out to Hands Entertainment. So I've been on the Meth Lab too, and it's just been a great experience because Method Man really supports Black-owned businesses. Like, if it's hot, he's going to wear it. And so many different brands come up to my radio show and they give me product, and I really get into it. And don't be afraid to step out the box. Like, cannabis right now is about to take, look, I'm going to leave you with this tip. If you didn't learn nothing, you got to know what's staying trending, right? The next trend to hit is cannabis. The cannabis market is going, all the people that have cannabis brands and merch are about to make a quick $1 million real quick, because now they're about to legalize it. Mm-hmm. So if they're going to legalize, once the United States know how long, come on, people been going to jail 20 years for weed. Now all of a sudden, people are getting out, they're overturning some convictions. People can say whatever they want to say about Kim Kardashian, but she's doing something. You get how many of us are really helping people get out of prison? Mm-hmm. So the cannabis market, I've been going to different events. I met this guy, his name is Tariq Bugs from Peacemakers. He's really opened up my eyes to all the different, like, the markets of cannabis. It's not just about the plant. It's more than that. There's so many different merches, so many different oils to help you with back pain, and then there's so many different brands that are just dope brands that really have dope quality merch that's made from hemp, all organic. So the new wave is going to be the cannabis market. You'll trust me when I tell you, you're going to see everything, because it's legalized. They're legalizing now. They're legalizing it for a reason, because they see that they can monetize and make millions and millions of dollars. Like, think of Colorado. Look how trending they are, and that's just there. So imagine now New York. Now we're here. What do you see all the time? All these different events on how you can get into the cannabis market. So that is the next wave, and that's gonna be fashion branding, because you're gonna see everybody's gonna probably have a different cannabis plant with their brand on it, because it's legal now. So now, and a lot of celebrities are endorsing it, saying, I smoke, and it's not even our color. It's, once it goes, every color, every nationality, because it's about monetizing. Don't be afraid to take $40 of your money and rock your brand, because you're gonna go give 30 of that to the drug dealer to go get weed. And and we laugh as joking, but it's just like some of the best designs you think of if you're an entrepreneur, you smoked. You're like, oh yeah, because it takes you to the matrix. You're out there. You're like, yeah, I could freaking ruin the world. So you can't. I just tell people, dare to be different. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid. Like, you look great in color. Always wear color. Color should be your thing, your Stapleton, because you're a pretty skin tone. It just works for you, honey. You're winning. And I think with fashion, brand yourself. I tell every artist, wear your name. Like, how is somebody going to know you? Follow me. I remember when everybody used to wear the @ sign. Why did that stop? Somebody just thought of a sudden it's not cool anymore. I'm with it. I'm with the names, the buckle belts. Watch how I'm about to bring it back. The belt buckles. Remember they used to flash?
The name chains.
Yeah, name chains. Look, I've never took off my name ring. What's your name? Khaliah Clark. How are you? Khaliah Clark.
It's because they started getting it tatted on them. That's why.
Well, listen, tatting, okay. Some of us are scared of needles. I'm 100% with branding. Brand yourself. Don't be afraid. And brand sponsorships. When you work with a brand, you should always make sure everything's in writing. Because if you know you're hot and you can take a brand to the next level, because the brand influencers run the game right now. Social media it's all about your, how many followers. But again, I'm going to give you another tip. All this is what people pay me for, but because I like you so much, I'm giving it to you. This is my give back today. That IGTV, man. I'm telling you, that's the next wave. They don't put it out for a reason. Instagram's a picture, and a lot of people are getting lost in the picture because you don't know if it's real or not. But that IGTV, having your own channel, you're gonna get ads. You're gonna get paid for having a channel on Instagram. So that's a good way for brands to market yourself. Use your channel. And don't be so bipolar on Instagram, people. Like, don't put a quote, then your brand, then another quote. If you have a fashion brand, just keep it fashion. Don't put so much of other people's brands, even if it's inspiration, because then you get lost. It's like 5 inspirational pictures, then your brand. Then people get confused, like, is this whose brand is it? And always put inspiration. Don't take other people's stuff and act like it's yours. Don't do that. That's where social media is getting wrong. Like, you always got to give people their credit. Give it. Like, this inspired me. I go crazy because people always come to my show and they never give my show credit. They just act like they woke up and DTF radio just called them in like, hey, come in. They will shout out DTF because DTF has a name, and no doubt that's why I'm there, because they're the online blueprint. But who invited you? Khaliah Clark. Who's styling who? They'll put the picture up. No love. They just standing there with the glow with their photographers. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I don't look crazy, but I will violate your Instagram page. Who's styling who? Casey the Khaliah, because I work hard to get to where I am. And the same thing with a brand. If they give you a t-shirt, artists, influencers, brand, whatever you want to call yourself, tag the brand. Now, if you paid for it, okay, you have your option. But if you didn't, goes without saying. A shirt may just be a shirt to you, but they still have to pay for that shirt. And they could give it to somebody else who probably will wear it till it turns another color. Right. You get what I mean? So you got to watch the people. Just because he has 64,000 followers, that doesn't mean he has 64,000 influence on the world. Don't let these followers. You could give it to the guy who has 8,000 followers, but check his stories and his page, how he wore that shirt 6 times, and you're like, wow, that's love. You know what I mean? Like, that's branding. Go to that person that you see, even if it's just a young kid in school, but you know he's super fly, that's the one you dress. Celebrities, they know the game now. They know their worth. They'll be like,
Check.
Yeah, that check. And now it's not even about the check. Now they want you to send the whole brand to their family, their cousins, their uncle, everybody. And if you're a small brand, how can you do that? You don't have that much product. So you got to make it work for yourself. The best advice I tell anybody, and this is, I don't know if we're wrapping, but the best advice I tell anybody with a new brand is to don't go trying to sell yourself like, oh, because you only have 2 minutes, like, or even a minute, or might even a second. So, and the best thing to do to get a celebrity's attention is to have the best piece of your collection on you, and make so they sit up like, oh, that's fire. No problem, I have one for you. That's how I got my Rihanna hit.
Come on, Rihanna.
That's how I got Rihanna. I said, Rihanna, this shirt's made right for you. It was Shoe Snob. Everybody knows Rihanna loves her some shoes. This brand made it for you. Shout out to Famous Nobody. Boom, like that. He said he woke up out of bed. Like, when I sent him that picture, he stood up straight. You got Rihanna, like, Shoe Snob. Look at her. Now what's her brand? Fenty. What is it? Lingerie. Makeup. Like, you got to know that it's bigger than that. Like, it's not only just about clothes. Fashion could be a shoe, a sneaker, a socks, an accessory, something that goes with the, you just don't think so small. Don't think, oh, fashion's just a sweatsuit or a t-shirt or a jacket. Fashion it could be an accessory. Accessories are major right now. Major. Because somebody will rather go pay $5 for a dope accessory brand than $50, and they'll wear that over and over again. You know what I mean? So you just got to know that everything makes money. Shower caps make money. Do-rags make money. Look at Bow Wow. What's his new brand? He has a do-rag company. What's Kanye? As much as we say whatever we want to say about Kanye, he knows how to make money. He could take the ugliest thing and make millions of dollars off of it. Everybody's mad at Fashion Nova. But what people don't know about Fashion Nova, see, look at that. Fashion Nova, though. Now this, before you do this, now, Fashion Nova, what he would do is go to all the different brands, like Rainbow, and buy closeouts. That's why people be like, I tell people, don't throw your nose up to Rainbow, because Rainbow was one of the leading brands. And a lot of Fashion Nova is Rainbow, because it's a lot of, he buys the manufacturer pieces and he resells it. So you never know like what you're wearing. So I tell people, don't be so, I'll never rock Rainbow, because a lot of people are. Fashion Nova is just a high markup of Rainbow. Yeah. So don't be afraid to wear no name brands, even the $10 spot. That if you don't know fashion, all that stuff, Pretty Girl, all those brands, they're manufacturers, and then they sell them to different companies, and the company throws their name on it. So that's the same thing with any brand. The goal for any brand is to get bought out. You want to get bought out. You want somebody to buy, like, look, we're going to give you $4 million, might give you $2 million. You're like, oh, right. Because if you're a real creator, that's why Hov said, I make another Hov then. You know what I mean? I make another Hov, because Rocawear is just a brand, but Jay-Z is the person behind the brand. So whatever Jay puts on is going to sell. Right. Beyonce, like, she didn't even come out with the hoodie yet from the Coachella performance. She debuted it, and a girl already had it on the next day. If you watch that performance, she's like, how did you do that? Because a good designer can knock anything off. Yes. Because anything can be remade in 2.5 seconds. Thank you.
Shout out to Jade Creations. That's my girl.
Jade? Jade Creations.
Oh,
Jade. I was supposed to be like, I know her. I probably know that person. How are you?
She is a custom designer. Anything you can think of, you let her know. Even if it's a Rihanna, in the Met, she'll be like, send it to me. I got you. I'll let you know how much the fabric is, and I will do it.
Customs is actually winning. So don't be so skeptical to go to that custom person who's giving you the Louis Vuitton stockings. You're like, oh no, that's bootleg. Everything starts as fabric. It's fabric. That big shout out to Dapper Dan. He taught y'all best how to do it. Like, oh, you want this Gucci or you want this Louis? They make it. Like, I didn't even know scarves and stuff were being made. That's custom is the way to go. If you really, really want to stand out, and I say that to new brands, if you want to make quick money, and this is how you could separate yourself from people, you could have a luxury brand. Don't be afraid. But my shirt is $100. $100. Stick to it. Because then, now you separate yourself. Only 5 people probably going to want to really pay $100. So that's 5 people that we know we could go anywhere around the world and nobody's going to have our stuff. I want people to really support each other. If you're going to give Jordan $100, you need to be able to give a brand $100 because they're paying for time. They got to pay somebody to make it. It's just like, let's support each other. It's a challenge that I say from 2019. Let 2019 be the year of change for fashion brands. Support every fashion brand that's out there. Everyone, I dare you to go and support, even if it's their clearance item. Like, okay, they're having a blowout, let me support it. Because I this is me on social media. I don't respect nobody in the game who says that they support their own, but I see you head to toe in not your own clothing. You get what I'm saying? How you support a black man or a black woman, but you've never purchased anything from them or created a platform for them so you can bring brand awareness. Maybe you can't afford to buy it, but at least you know somebody else's. You're promoting. When I see people in Gucci, Louis, it is not, let me tell you something. I love it. I love high end. I'm not taking away from that, but I'm just saying, like, we have so much power on the monetized with money that we could rule the world instead of us complaining about it. Like, oh, they don't support us. We don't support us. So how do you expect? And another thing, brands don't just say you're black owned, because a lot of black owned companies don't want to even be considered black owned. Gucci don't say, oh, we're Italian, we're just Gucci. You don't care if it's white, black, you don't care who's behind it. So why do we have to be labeled black owned businesses? Oh, we're black owned. We're black owned. We're black owned. Okay, you're black owned. Power to the people. But you want the world to know that you're just more than black owned. You get what I'm saying? Because now we're getting put in the box. When you go to the streetwear section, streetwear, which we design, which we wear, which we own, lies. We don't own it. It's owned by the Russians, the Jews. Well, the Jews, actually. Yeah. You go into a trade show, they have a whole life streetwear luxury. Every brand is owned by whites, not us. So I'm confused. If we are the designers, we are the consumers, how do we not own streetwear? These are things that we really need to focus on. Like, we don't own anything we promote. We don't own it. But we're so quick to be like, we'll tear this person down on social media. Oh, she's whack because she got her own, she writing her own stuff. Kudos to the girl who's putting her own name on her brand. Kudos to you. And even if nobody rock it, at least you're dared to be different. That's all really I have to say as far as fashion. You pretty much hit all my questions. Thank you so much.
Read the prep email, but
I did.
Amen, homework.
I did. And I just want to say thank you to everybody in this room, to the brand lifestyle. I support all of you guys. I support everybody in this room. I go by the name of Khaliah Clark. I have a platform Mondays 8 to 10. If you have a brand, if you're an artist, if I can help you in any way, I have a hashtag. I say your favorite stylist, because I don't always style all the big celebrities, but I've styled a lot of them, but I know they're stylists, and I have no problem connecting you to their stylist. And I think as people, that's what we should do. Each one help someone. Just pick someone. Like, let me help you. Don't be afraid to help somebody, even if they have a brand, because you know what? Their brand, you may help somebody else's brand, and then that person may fall in line and be like, you know what? Good looking. And even if they don't, plant that seed, because if your brand's that dope, it's gonna get into the right places, and the right person's gonna wear it, and the right person is gonna buy it, and then you won't have to really worry so much about it. But as long as it could be 5 customers. If you have 5 loyal customers, stay loyal to those 5 loyal customers. But don't focus so much on celebrity branding. Focus on the dope person who can give your brand great visuals.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then because celebrities, they act like they don't follow. They be on social. They look. If you make the explore page, they're gonna see it. They have to do it. So, and then the celebrities that do support your brand, it's okay to post that same picture 100 times. If it's that one celebrity, at least he rocked my brand. Because people have short attention spans. So if you post it on Monday and they didn't follow you on Monday, they're not going to see it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's okay to keep promoting that same piece. And if you have a collection and maybe you notice 4 pieces from your collection work, push those 4 pieces. And then if you really want to be in high demand, drop it, and then nobody can get it anymore. When nobody can get something, that creates a frenzy because they're like, I want it, and they can't get it. So that's very, very important. Like if you drop something, it should be like when I started my brand, I had a brand called, it was Clark Boys, my nephews. I was trying to get them into something because they were all football players, and I had researched like my name. There was like over like 1 million people that had the last name Clark, so I wanted to do Clark Boys. But my nephew's first shirt that they wanted to do was "Broke people make me sick, throw up." I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's bold, right? I'm like, so I put it out there. Broke people, everybody, broke. Oh no, right? Broke. Then what happens? We did this in 2014. 2016 hit. What happened? French broke. Fab broke. Then it went on a whole trend of everybody being broke and everybody, you broke. I was like, wow. But back then, when I hit out with the broke people making sure, everybody's like, oh no, Khaliah, that's not gonna work. No one's gonna. So I only made 100 shirts. I made 100 shirts, 50 boys, 50 girls. Now, and I never put the shirt back out. But now I talk my talk. I was like, yup, 2000. And when I wear my shirt, I always hashtag 2014 because no one was talking about it. Same thing with level up. You level up. I used to be like, level up. My friend was like, it's not gonna hit, Khaliah. Like, no one is gonna say level up. I was throwing up my L. Exactly what they would say. Level up is not hot, Khaliah. I'm like, all right. Then I met a brand called Level Up Clothing. I was like, oh, I gotta be down with y'all. Level up. Right? Then Ciara says level. First Fab said level up first. Then Ciara made level up. Yo, when I tell you the calls that I got, I'm like, don't talk to me right now. Did not talk to me. Because now I'm saying level up. Oh, just like Ciara. No. And another thing. If you create something, don't be afraid to stand up and say you created it. Like, even if it goes viral and they're like, oh, you copied this person. Child, listen. If you've been saying something, say it. Like, own up to it. Like, I've been saying it. That's branding. Yes. Like, don't stop. Because a lot of times you'll get discouraged. Like, my name when I started in the industry was Vixen. I was Khaliah the Vixen, Casey Vixen. Then everybody, that's not gonna work, Khaliah. This is a 96. It's not gonna work, Khaliah. How are people gonna take you seriously? Boom. What happens in 97? The 97 to 99? Vixen. Everybody, video Vixens hit. I'm like, I always have great ideas, but I get discouraged. Because everyone comes around me and they're like, no, it's not working. So don't believe in the naysayers. If you feel that something is hot, stay with it. I was a turn-up queen. Violated couches for years. Like, I didn't care. Now, mind you, I'm the teen mom who didn't get the show. So I had a baby at 15, pregnant at 16. So I'm putting my age out there. So yeah, but I was in 96. I had a baby. So we'll do the math. You figure that out, right? So, I wore the scarlet letter on my chest. Oh, she's this, she's that. She's going to have mad multiple kids because she's just so crazy. The word turn up didn't even exist. It was doodle brown. Like, oh, she's out there popping. Twerking we don't know what that was because that wasn't existing yet. I let people tone me down. No, Khaliah, tone down. So I'm like, okay. And then, I go to church, and so it's like you shaking your butt and getting saved on you quoting Bible verses. People thought I was so bipolar because, Twitter first came out. So on Twitter, you're posting your thoughts. Like, oh, this, that, then I'm like, Lord bless all these people. They're like, girl, you bipolar? Like, you're like a bipolar Christian. Oh, F the industry, I hate you people, you all so copycatters. You guys are weird, weirdos. Oh, the Lord, I pray for everybody. I just want us all to win. People like, girl, like, get it together. Like, so I fell back from Twitter because I was sound. You got to watch what you say because people will judge you. But now it's like they want you to say the most craziest, outlandish, the more crazier you are. Now it's crazy. But before that was my whole brand. I don't care. I want all the smoke. And that was before saying it. Now they're like, you act like Sky. You act like this person. You act. I'm like, Lord. So just be you, do you, and be yourself. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.